Hello, good evening. Thank you so very much for joining this webinar where we are going to be talking about how to run Facebook and Instagram ads. If you're joining us, I want you to register your presence by typing in the comment section that you can hear me, all right, so that I can know if you can hear me or not. All right, so if you're going to be watching the replay, I would also like you to drop a comment um, to indicate if you can hear me or just some form of greeting, all right, just to register your presence. Thank you so very much for making our time to attend this webinar today. So we are going to be covering a lot of things in the short while that we have. So yesterday we actually started but we couldn't finish because of some issues I had with power, so my laptop just went off. So I'm hoping that today it won't be like that. It's actually unfortunate that we live in a country where you're not the odds are always not in your favor. Like anything can happen, and even when you think that you have control over things, you just find out that you really don't. You've made arrangements and you just get disappointed at the end of the day. But that is why we do all the things we need to do, right? So that we can have better opportunities for ourselves. So I'm actually seeing that one person is here. Please, if you're the one, please, I'd like you to say hi. Um, to just say hi so that I can know that you're here. So even if I don't get anyone, I'm going to start anyways. But I think I'm just going to wait for a while. I'm going to wait until like 7. So this is 7:04. Once it is 7:10, I'm going to start. All right. I'm going to start regardless. Okay, so I'm seeing some people are joining in. Please, if you're just joining, please, I want you to um leave a message in the comment section, indicating that you can hear me or just anything. Just register your presence. I just want to know that you're here and you can actually hear me, please. All right, Onyekachi Patrick, you're welcome and thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining in. So once it is 7:10, we are going to start. We are going to start once it's 7. Yeah. All right, Lakon Fields, thank you very much for joining in. And yes, okay, you can hear me. All right, that's cool. Okay, it seems Lakon Fields was not here yesterday. I can't remember seeing this name yesterday, but it's all good. You're welcome. Okay, I think we should just start straight away. Let's not waste too much time. Um, Other people will get to join us later on as we proceed in the class. All right, so let's go on. So yesterday we started by talking about why you should actually run ads on Facebook. I actually talked about a lot of things. I believe that we can still remember, but let me just brush through. So one of the core reasons why you should actually be running adverts on the Facebook platform and not somewhere else, one of the main reasons is because Facebook is like the largest social media platform that there is. All right. And virtually everybody, like everybody you know, if you actually know 10 persons, right? Um, Out of that 10 persons, it is very likely that 9 of those 10 persons are on Facebook. They own a Facebook account. And those 10 persons, at least 5 of them should actually be your customer. They should be interested in whatever it is that you're actually selling. All right. But then the problem is that if it is just about your Facebook, your normal Facebook profile, if it is just about interactions that you actually do with your normal Facebook profile, you really may not be able to get, to these people, to this large number of people that there are on the Facebook platform, because Facebook would not even allow you. It would limit your reach because it is actually looking for you to run adverts on its platform, because that is what the platform actually exists for, to make money for the owners, right? So it has actually given you ample opportunity to utilize your 5,000 friends, but then it is not enough because there is a limit to how many persons can actually see your content on a daily basis. But then when you're running ads, when you pay Facebook, they actually help you to show your business to as many people as possible based on, certain based on certain, how do I put it now? Based on certain parameters, one of which is the amount that you're actually using to run ads, right? So let's say, for instance, you're running an ad on a daily budget of 1,000 naira per day. The number of persons you're going to be able to reach is going to differ from the number of persons you're going to be able to reach if your budget is, let's say, 10,000 naira per day. All right, so that's one parameter, or that's one yardstick that measures the number of persons you can actually reach with your advert. All right, there are many other things also. Now let us go straight to talking about 5 things you need to do before you start to run your ads, right? So we started yesterday, but I'm going to go over it again. And the number one thing you actually need to do is to verify your identity. All right. So what does this mean? The reason why you should verify your identity is because the Facebook ads platform has actually, come a long way, that a lot of people use it to run ads, but then there are also a lot of crime, going on in the platform as well. And Facebook is trying to, stop people from, committing fraudulent activities on its platform. And that is why, because it doesn't know who is who when people are running ads. Like, there are so many people running ads, and then you want to be able to, put some level of restriction so that it can actually it can actually maintain the sanity of its platform. All right, so that is why you're required to verify your identity before you start to run adverts on Facebook. And how do you actually use? We are going to be looking at that shortly. All right. So one of the things you're going to be needing to verify your identity is a means of identity, which could be a national ID, your passport, a driver's license, or a voter's card, right? And usually it's you would require it is required that whatever means of ID you're using should be something very, very clear, something very, visible, that can actually be read. Then another thing you need to also know is that um the means of ID you're using has to tally with the information of your Facebook account. So let's say, for instance, you have a driver's license, and your name on the driver's license, or the name on the driver's license is John Paul, and your Facebook name is Mary Adole. It is not going to work, right? So you have to ensure that there is a tallying of the information on your means of ID, and what you have as your Facebook profile details, right? So that is actually very important. Then so what happens if you have a Facebook account but you don't have a voter's card, you don't have a national passport, or sorry, national ID, or any of those things? One of the things you can actually do, there are actually several things you can do, but one of the things you can do is to use a family member's account, right? So let's say, for instance, your mom or your dad or your sibling, has a Facebook account, and they have a driver's license also. You can actually ask them, especially if they're not using it to run ads, you can actually ask to use their own account. All right, so you can use their own account, to run your ads, to do your verification, and then go on to use it to run ads, right? Then another thing you can also do is to buy verified Facebook profiles, right? So with verified Facebook profiles, you don't even need to go through having to do the verification yourself. It means that the person who sold it to you has already done the job of verifying the ID, and then all you just need to do is to use it to run your ads, right? So how do you go about verifying your ID? Let us look at that shortly. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to be sharing my screen to show you how exactly this works. I'm going to be showing you how to verify your ID. So let's say, for instance, you already have a verifiable means of ID. So how do you go about this? I'm going to be sharing my screen right now to show you how to do this. So I'm going to go to an example Facebook profile to show you how to actually achieve this. All right. So this is a Facebook profile of someone I'm currently running ads for. So what do I do? So this is actually a verified Facebook profile, by the way. It's actually verified. Like the person who sold the person who bought this account has actually bought a verified account. But then I'm going to be showing you the steps and the processes you need to take. Say, for instance, you're looking to, verify your ID yourself. So all you just need to do is to go to your profile picture. All right. So click on account, and then navigate to your profile picture where you have settings and privacies. So under settings and privacies, go to settings. So from settings, you're going to be coming here. So now, if you're using a mobile phone, I have already explained all of this in a separate video, which I've already dropped on the group actually. But but if you're still here, you can actually follow this process. And I would also advise you watch that video as well. So when you watch the video and get to follow this process, you would find that everything is actually very easy. So once you're here on your settings and privacies, you're going to be navigating to where we have you know where we have identity confirmation, right? So that's where I'm going to be navigating to right now. So let me see where I can actually find that. So I'll come to password and security. Then another layer of security you also need to ensure that you have is the 2FA, that is the authentication settings, right? So it's also a layer of security that Facebook wants you to also um do to ensure that your account is protected against fraud and all. If you don't do this, at some point when you're running your ads, you may actually run into issues and you won't be able to continue. So it's actually important that you do this verification process. All right. So I'm actually looking for that place where we can verify our identity now. So just hold on while I look for it. All right. Okay, so this is the two-factor authentication. So for this account, the two-factor authentication has already been set. So what this just means is that when you're about to log into your account, you'll be required to either enter a password or enter a code. so that Facebook could confirm that it is actually you who is actually, accessing that account. All right. So once your two-factor authentication has actually been um done, you can now go on to verify your identity. All right. So let me see. Okay. Sometimes this can act okay. So this is identity confirmation. Under personal details, we have identity confirmation, right? So all I just need to do is to click on identity confirmation or confirm identity or confirm identity. And then once I get here, you'll see where it says confirm your identity. So all I just need to do is to click on get started, right? So click on get started, and you're going to be clicking on this first option, this one that says running ads about social issues, elections, or politics. That's the one you're going to be clicking on. So click on it and scroll down to where it says help us confirm your identity, right? Then you're going to be requested to select your country of residence, which for us is Nigeria, right? So we are just going to search for Nigeria, and then let's see. So Nigeria, and then we'll click on get started. Then it says, are you sure you want to confirm your identity? Click on yes and continue. All right. So it will now ask you to upload your ID. So click on upload your ID and then click on next. Then how do you want to upload your ID? Do you want to browse the photos? Like do you have that ID saved on your device, like maybe on your laptop, on your mobile phone? Just click on browse photos. So I'm going to use like an example ID. Okay, so you can see the list of all the things, all the IDs you can actually use. So we have passports, we have driver's license, we have national ID, we have marriage certificate, we have voters card, and several others. So you just click on anyone you want to use. So let's say for instance we want to use voters card or voter ID. Click on it and then click on next. All right, then this is where you're now going to be asked to upload the image. Now this is where you're seeing photo requirement. Let's go through it and see what is actually required. So it's Facebook actually requires that anything you're going to be any image you're going to be using has to show all four corners. So what you need to do is, when you're ready to do your, come here and read all of the instructions, and then ensure that you follow all of the instructions. And then once you successfully submit your ID, Facebook will now give you, they'll now give you a notification on whether it's been successful or not. But usually it takes 48 hours or less for them to confirm your identity. So once you're done, just okay, so I'm not going to be going through all that because like I said, this account is already verified. So for you, you can just go through the process and then go on to confirm your identity. All right, so that is actually the step to confirming your identity, and that is the number one thing you actually need to do before running your ads. But then you might actually ask, what if at the end of the day my identity verification process does not go through? You can actually still continue to run your ads, all right, hoping that they won't have to stop you, because it is actually when you for the most part it is when you violate their policies that they actually want you to verify your ID, even though sometimes it may actually happen that you may not actually violate their policy and they still require you to do this. But then whichever way, whether or not your ID was successfully verified, just go on to run your ads. All right, so the next thing we are going to be doing right now is to create a page, but I'm going to be showing you how to access your ad account. So instead of posting your post, you want to run your ads from what we call the ads account. All right, so let me navigate back to this Facebook account, the home page, and then I'm going to be showing you how you need to go about accessing your ad account. All right, so it's just like something at the back end and not something that you're going to be seeing on Facebook. All right, so actually after verifying your ID, the next thing you need to do is to get a Facebook page, right? So I'm actually believing that by now you already have a Facebook page and you've been nurturing it before now to run your ads. But if you don't have a Facebook page, the next thing you want to do is to create a Facebook page, and it's actually very simple to do, and I'm not going to be going through that in this tutorial because of our time. All right, so once you create your Facebook page, you've already set it up with your content. You've been adding content, and then let's say for instance you don't have any likes, you don't have any follows on your Facebook page. How do you actually go about that? So In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to actually create your first campaign, which is going to be a likes campaign. All right, I'm going to be showing you how to create a likes campaign to get more likes for your Facebook page. Okay, so all you just need to do to navigate to your ads manager is to come down to where we have see all, and then you're going to be seeing the ads manager. Now if you're using a mobile phone, please ensure that you watch the video that I've already dropped on the group, because it's actually going to help you to you know get a feel for what you need to do to actually run ads from your mobile phone. All right, so for me, I'm just going to be clicking on the ads manager. All right, and then I'll come, it will take me to the ads manager that is associated with this Facebook profile. Now every Facebook profile user actually has an associated ad account. You have a default ad account that comes with your Facebook account. All right, so at this point I want to know if you can actually still hear me. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people here, we just have about 2 persons. So please, if you're here and you can still hear me, please do let me know that you can hear me. And if you're going to be joining in later, and you have questions, you can just drop them in the comment section. But for those who are here, please do let me know that you can hear me, and that I'm not moving too fast, and that you can understand what I'm actually saying, please. Okay, so I'll be waiting for you. So basically, let's take a break. All right. Okay, so in the absence of nobody saying anything, let's go on. All right. So we actually need to run through this. All right, so this is how your ad account would look like. This is how your ad account would look like if you haven't run any ads on it before. All right, so if you have boosted a post before on Facebook, this place is not going to be empty. It's actually going to be showing you those boosted posts you've actually run. It's going to be showing here. But if you haven't run any ads before, it's going to be showing this blank. All right, so I'm just going to click on this, go to account overview, and let's see where it's going to take us to. All right, so we will need to set some things, like we will need to confirm the page that we actually want to use to run this our ad, or that we want to be associated with this ad account. All right, so there are about 3 pages here, and this is actually the particular one we want to use, so I'll just click on confirm. Then the next thing is that we are going to be adding pay. Okay, the payment method has already been added. I just hope that it has not been added as a post page payment settings. All right, so usually there are two kind of ad accounts you can operate. You can operate a postpaid or a prepaid ad account. So a postpaid ad account actually allows you to run ads, and then after you've run ads for a while, Facebook will now deduct the money from a particular account that you actually set. All right, but the issue with that is that usually you might have issues, because at the long run Facebook may not be able to recognize that card again, and then a lot of people run into issues because of this. All right, what you want to actually do is to click on that option that says pay with payu. Payu spells Payu. All right, so you want to ensure that you're using the payu payment option instead of the payment with card or debit card or something like that. All right, so after you've done all the confirmations here, just go to continue, and then we would continue to creating our ad. But I don't want to go through this, please. So I want us to go back to our ad account so that I can show you how to properly start the creation process. Okay, so we are back to the ad account now, and then we're going to be creating our ad account. All right, so we are going to be clicking on this create. So it's actually as simple as that. There is really nothing difficult there that you can't navigate through. So what we're going to be doing right now is to set up a likes campaign um for this particular ad account. All right, so I'm just going to be walking you through the process. So all you just need to do is to click on create, and then you just click on and then you select the objective. Now, this is actually what you don't get when you're actually boosting a post. You're not able to actually select objectives that you can actually. So the importance of these objectives is that it actually, Facebook has been able to, through its machine learning, it has been able to, know the kind of person that will take certain actions based on which objective you actually choose. So if you click on boost post, like if you want to keep boosting your post on Facebook, you may not really get the results you're looking to get, because what you're basically telling Facebook to do, even though that Facebook suggests it to you, what you're telling them to actually do in essence is to show your post to more people. It may not actually get you people who might become buyers, or who might actually become leads. So you want to ensure that you're always going through the ads manager whenever you're running your campaigns, right? So for what we want to do, we want to run the likes campaign, and we're going to be using the objective called engagement, because we are looking to get post engagement and also follows. All right, so click on continue, and then it's going to be taking us to the next phase of this process. All right, so now there are three levels of um the running adverts from the Facebook Ads Manager. We have the campaign level, we have the campaign level, we have the ad set level, and we have the ad level. All right. So the campaign level is where you actually get to set things like you get to name your campaign, you get to select the category that your campaign actually falls into, and all of that. So most of the things they are not really very important, but then let's just name our campaign, and we'll name it new likes campaign. All right. So after doing that, we'll just go on to click on next, because most of these things are not really relevant for this particular kind of campaign we are creating. All right. So we'll just click on next, and we are now going to select our conversion location. Where do we actually want people to take this action on? All right. Okay, thank you so very much. Thank you. All right, so let's go on. So if you're just joining us, you can actually go back to watch the replay when we are done. So I'm going to be making it available on the page so that you can have access to, watch a replay and get a better understanding of everything we've talked about so far. All right. So for this conversion location, for this particular kind of campaign, what we actually want is to get likes for our Facebook page. All right. We want people to engage with our Facebook page and then get them to also like and follow our page. So all we just need to do is to come to this place where it says Facebook page and click on get people to engage with your Facebook page. All right. So it's really not complicated at all, easy peasy, right? So the next thing we are going to be doing is to select the page, the Facebook page we want to actually get these likes for. So if you have just one Facebook page, it's just going to be showing there. But for this page, we actually have several pages. So just click on the page we want to use, which is this particular one, and then we'll go on to now set our budget. All right. So how much do we want to use to run our ads? Remember that at the beginning of this class, I said that the more you pay, the more results you're actually likely to get from your campaign. So let's say for instance that you're looking to get say you're looking to get like maybe 100 likes at the end of 3 days. You can actually budget you can start the budget of maybe 1,000 naira. Okay, let's see what Facebook would tell us when we use a budget of 1,000 naira. Okay, so this is what Facebook tells us, that we're going to be getting 17 to 50 page likes on average. But there are actually sometimes that this may not actually be the case. All right, it may actually be more or it may be less, depending on certain things like your how engaging your creative is and how attracted people are to your art and all that. All right. So just click that. So let's leave the budget at 1,000 naira per day. Let's say 1,000 naira per day for 3 days, and we can actually get up to like 300 um we can get up to like 300 page likes. All right. So the next thing we are going to do is to set the dates, right? So you can actually set the date that you want your ad to run. Let's say for instance you're setting it today, but you want it to run like maybe next tomorrow. You can set it here, and then you can also set the time that you want the ad to also run for. All right. So after doing that, you can now select your audience. Who are the kind of people that you want your ad to be shown to? Who are the set of people that you want to show your advert to? You get to select them. You get to select all of that here when you click so you can, this is where you actually get to do all of that. So you select the particular location you want your ad to be shown to. Is it Nigeria or is it in some cities of Nigeria? Let's say for instance, if you're an e-commerce brand, like you sell physical products, and you're looking for people in a certain area to be able to reach you. So you can actually now target your location to people in those areas, like maybe Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, and all of that. All right. So click on this place and you'll be able to edit all of that here. Then the age, which age bracket you want to actually show your ad to. All right, so these are all the things you do from the back end, right? These all these things are actually some things that are done from the back end. They are not going to be showing to anybody, like it's not going to be shown to people on Facebook or anything like that. So let's say, for instance, that for this particular person, we want to do an age range of 25 to 35. So this person is actually an affiliate marketer, and I'm going to be running a lead generation campaign for him in a couple of days. But we want to actually be able to run a likes campaign in order to be able to get likes for him. All right, because it is important for social proof. So now let me set the audience detailed targeting. That's it. Let me set the interest that we are actually looking to target. So we are looking to target people who are interested in money, all right? Because this is actually an affiliate marketer, um and he actually sells affiliate marketing products, which are actually money making products, right? So we are going to be entering this interest so that Facebook will show our advert to people who are interested in such things like that. All right. So good thing with Facebook targeting is that once you enter a particular keyword that is related to your to your niche or to your products and services, they will not give you other suggestions you can actually use. So you can actually just use all of the suggestions they give you and then be able to get your your brand in front of the people that actually matter to you. All right, so we have a lot of interest here we can actually target. So as you're entering all of this interest, it's going to be showing you an estimated size here, so you can actually see the number of people that you're likely to reach with your ad. All right, so once you're satisfied with your detail targeting or your interest targeting, just scroll down and then scroll down to placement. And then this placement is you're going to be able to select where exactly it is you want people to be able to see your ad. And that is why this entire ad set level is actually very important, because you're able to now tell Facebook that you want your ad to show either on any of these platforms on Facebook. So these are all the platforms that you can actually show your ad to on Facebook. You can show your ad on Facebook, Instagram Messenger, or the audience network. All right. But since it's a like campaign, you can't run a likes campaign on Instagram. That is the thing. But let's say, for instance, it's a lead generation campaign, you can actually select Instagram so that your advert can also show on Instagram as well. But since it's a likes campaign is only particular for Facebook pages, all right? So you can't use likes campaign for Instagram, all right? So I hope you understand to that extent. Okay, so once you're satisfied with your selection from here, just scroll down and then this is where you're going to be able to select the particular places in these platforms where you want your advert to show. So we have actually selected Facebook, right? Now we want our advert to show on the Facebook feed. If you want your advert to show on other places like stories, and reels, you can also select it, but we don't want to actually do that. So in fact, for likes campaign, you can't even select, like, you're actually, when you're running likes campaign, you're actually limited to just feeds, search, and some other places like that. But if it were a lead generation campaign or a traffic campaign or a sales campaign, you can actually do all of this. You have multiple options to select from. All right. So I believe that with this now, with what you're watching, you should be able to set your own um campaign, using the objective that you actually want to use. Whatever objective that you're looking to actually use, you can actually do that. All right, so once you're satisfied with all of this here, all you just need to do is to click on next, and then we'll go to the ad level. So at this ad level is where we're going to be selecting, where we're going to be setting what people are going to be seeing when your advert shows on Facebook. All right, okay, so let's go on. So you can see now that it's actually showing a preview that is looking like what you usually see when you come across adverts on Facebook, right? So you're going to be seeing the page name, and then you're going to be seeing this sponsored under. So this is what it's going to be looking like. So it is now on you to now set all of the things that people are going to be responding to from on your ad. All right. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to add media. All right. So this media is very important, as well as the copy. the primary text here, all right? So that this is what we call advert copy, and this is what we call the creative, all right? So you can either use a video or you can use an image. So let's say for instance, I want to use an image for this likes campaign. Let me see if I can find anything. Let me see if I can find an image to use from my laptop. Okay. So let's say I want to use this image, right? Let's say I want to use that image. So I'll just download it. And then I'll click on done. You can see now that it's beginning to make sense, right? It's beginning to make a lot of sense. So you can see this is the image we want to use. Then let's enter the text we are going to be using. So since it's a likes campaign, it doesn't have to be so elaborate. You're just telling people to like your page. So you can just say something like follow and like our page for um tips on how to grow your online business, right? So it's actually going to be very basic because it's just the likes campaign, right? And you just want people to like or follow your page. But if it were like more serious campaigns, like a lead generation campaign, you of course need to ensure that your advert copy is very, very it is something that actually captures attention and is going to make people to take action, right? So once you're done with the primary text, just scroll down and you're actually done, right? So a likes campaign is one of the simplest campaigns you can actually run on Facebook. So once you're done, just click on publish, and then your advert will now get into review. And maybe after a while, like usually, standardly, it's actually 24 hours for your advert to get reviewed and for it to start running. But sometimes it can actually take lesser time depending on the simplicity of your campaign, right? So it can take lesser time or it can even take longer times. But then once it is approved, you can actually to start delivering, and all you just need to do is to now fund your ad account. Now, let me show you how to fund your ad accounts real fast. And after that, we will now go to talk about um a little on copywriting. All right. So let me show you how to fund your ad accounts real fast. So let me also stop pause a little to hear from you if you're gaining something from what we are saying. Please, if you're gaining value from this tutorial, please just say so in the comment section. Just give a shout out that you're actually gaining value and that you're getting something, you're learning something from this tutorial so that we can go on real fast. Okay, all right. So in the absence of nobody saying anything, let's go on. So what I want to show you right now is how to fund your ad account. All right, so let's see how to fund your ad account. So we are going to be navigating back to the ads manager. Now note that if you're using a mobile phone, you can actually do all of this, right? You can still do all of this from your mobile phone. Nobody should let you believe that you can't run ads from your mobile phone. That is not true, right? So like I said again, I'm good. I actually dropped that video yesterday in the group, showing you how to run ads from your mobile phone, how to do all the verification you need to do, and how to get to this interface from your mobile phone, right? So now, how do you fund your ad account? After you've created your ad and it's been activated, and now you want to fund your ad account so that it can start to, because if you don't fund your ad account, if you're running a prepaid account and if you don't fund your ad account, your ad is just going to be showing active, but it's not going to be running. So click on where you have all tools and then come to billing. All right, so it's at the billing level you're now going to be able to fund your ad account. So let me show you how to do that real fast. Okay, great. So this is already a prepaid account. Thankfully, the person has already been able to create this into a prepaid ad account. All right. So all you just need to do, if your ad account has been set to prepaid, is to just come to add phones. All right. So click on add phones, and um then you'll now be required to enter the amount you want to pay. All right, so once you enter the amount you want to pay, ensure that you don't go to this debit or credit card. Click on payments with PayU. All right, so this is going to allow you to pay from your bank directly. So the money is going to be removed from your bank account directly to now fund your other account. All right, so what you're going to be seeing from this point onward are going to be very simple and basic things that you actually do every day when you're trying to make payments, using your bank and all right. So click on continue, and then here you'll now be required to enter your bank information like your name, your card details, and all that. All right, so this is actually a very secure payment gateway, so you don't have to be scared of anything. All right, so after you've entered all of this information, you click on pay, and then you'll be redirected to your bank. To your banks, your bank will generate an OTP for you, and after you've been an OTP has been generated for you, you will enter the OTP, and then that is all that has to be done. Then the money or whatever it is you've added is not going to be reflecting here, and then your adverts will now start running. All right, so that is simply how to run ads from the ads manager. All right, so we've talked about a lot of things, right? In this tutorial tonight, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about, how to, confirm your identity. We've talked about how to, you know, um, create, how to locate your ads account from your Facebook account. We've also talked about how to set your first ad, like running a likes campaign, and then we've talked about how to, you know, um fund your ad account. I believe that you've gotten massive value from this training tonight, all right? But then let's go on further to talk about copywriting. Now, what is copywriting? Copywriting is just a persuasive way of writing. It is actually different from the normal, content writing or whatever it is you do every day. Let's say, for instance, you're always writing on your Facebook profile, just like a lot of us do. It is different because although a lot of us do copywriting passively, like we do copywriting without actually knowing that it is actually what we're doing. But any form of writing that actually allows you, or any form of writing you do that you're trying to convince people to take a particular action, is copywriting. All right, but then there are actually structures to it. There are better ways to actually do it other than what you know how to do whenever it is that you're telling people to buy something from you. All right, a lot of people make a living just doing copywriting. Like, I know a couple of persons, I know a lot of people who actually make their living from copywriting. They have, they are freelancers on places like Fiverr, on Upwork, and they are doing really well, doing copywriting. Now, one of them is a guy called Andy Mukulu. I don't know if you've heard of Andy Mukulu. He's a very popular, copywriting in the online space. There is also Walter Naya. There are actually a lot of them. They are doing well with copywriting. But then for you, you know, um, what you might actually need copywriting for is, running your adverts. Let's say, for instance, you're just looking to sell your brand with Facebook ads, and you're looking to do copywriting. You're looking to learn how to write basic copies. All right, so all you just need to do is to learn the basics, and one of the things you actually need to learn is the basic advert formulas that would actually guide you when you're writing your copies for your advert. All right, that place, that place where it was shown primary text, that is where you actually need to write your ad copy. All right, so one of the formulas that is actually very important when you're writing your copy is called the AIDA formula. It is spelled AIDA, and what it actually stands for is attention, interest. Okay, AIDA, that is attention, interest. um Okay, I'm actually forgetting the other formula now. But then basically what it actually means is that with copywriting, you should be able to captivate people's attention. All right. That is the A, which stands for attention. You should be able to call people's attention into whatever it is that you're selling before, then you should be able to hold that interest. You should be able to hold their attention. And then, at the end of the day, now call them to buy whatever it is that you're looking for them to buy. All right. So copywriting is actually very, very important when when you're running adverts on Facebook. You actually need to learn it extensively. All right. So like I said, we all do copywriting every now and then. So all you need to, like, one of the things you need to do, like one of the ways I actually learned how to, write very good copies is that, like, when I go on Facebook and I see adverts, what I usually do is that I'll just, scroll. I'll just copy the advert, like any advert I see, I'll copy it, and then I'll go back to where I can actually, study that copy, and then see what is actually the thing that actually caught my attention when I first saw the ad. What was the thing that caught my attention when I saw that ad? I'll look at it, and then I would ensure that I note all of those things down, and then try to actually add my own input, or just, change it to suit whatever it is that I'm going to be doing, like whatever it is I'm going to be advertising the next time when I need to advertise. So that is one of the ways to actually, learn how to run or write copies. All right. Then there are also copywriting books that you can actually, learn. Um, all right. So there are also copywriting tutorials you can also get on Facebook. Sorry, on YouTube. All right. Then there are also copywriting training courses you can also take that can actually, sharpen your copywriting skills. All right. So it is actually that's like, okay, recently I actually took a copywriting course by Emmanuel Ape, and it's actually opened my eyes to a whole lot of things, even when I already know how to do copywriting. But then I went further to actually take that course, and then it was really an eye-opener for me, because I was able to learn a lot of things that I had already forgotten, or I didn't even know before. All right. So that is what copywriting actually does. It helps people to take action on, the things that you actually want them to take, without stress and all that. All right. So I think this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain for today's tutorial. So I believe that we have actually covered a lot. We have covered a lot in the short while that we actually spent um in this training, but that is actually not all. Even though that if even if this is actually all you get to take away from this tutorial, I believe that it's a lot, because I've shown you how to set up your first ad, right? I've shown you how to set up your a likes campaign, and from there you can actually use it to, you know um you can take further steps from there to actually, select the objective you actually want to use, and then go on to run, other kind of ads from there. But then there are actually other things you need to learn, like how to, create a landing page for your advert. Let's say, for instance, you want to run adverts to a website. How do you create a landing page? How do you add pixels? Like, pixels are things that can actually track results on your website. How do you do all that? How do you use the different lead generation campaign objectives? Because there are actually different objectives when you're running a lead generation campaign. Because I know that for most of us, what we're actually looking to do is to get more leads. All right. So there are different objectives when you're using that you can actually use to run lead generation campaign. So how do you do that? And also, how do you ensure that you're getting less cost for your ads? Because one of the things that is very important when you're running ads is that you want to ensure that you're running adverts that you're not being charged too much. All right. So you want to ensure that your ad cost is not too much, so that you can get more for less. So how do you ensure that you get less cost when you're running ads? Now, I'm going to be making an offer to I'm going to be making an offer to everyone here to, join my advanced Facebook ads course. It's called Sell Out with Facebook Ads. So I'm going to be making that offer for anyone who is interested to jump on that offer. It's actually a 4 module course. It's actually a pre-recorded course that you can actually take, and then be able to become, more expert at running Facebook ads. Now, on Seller, that course is actually sold for 25,000 naira, as you can see. So I'm going to be showing you a screenshot. I'm going to be showing you a screen recording um of that course on Seller. So people are actually getting that course on Seller, and at the rate of 25,000. That's how much, that is actually how much I'm actually selling it. So you can see it right here. Let me show you. Hello. Okay. Okay, so this is sellouts with Facebook ads, and you can see everything you're actually going to be getting from sellouts with Facebook ads, which is actually 25. It's selling at on seller right now for 25,000 naira. But like I said, I'm actually making an offer for the first 20 persons to actually take an opportunity or a chance at this course. I'm going to be giving it to you for 5,000 naira instead of 25,000. So for if you take a chance at this course, you're going to be getting for 5,000 naira instead of 25,000 naira. But this offer is actually only available between now and tomorrow by 12 p.m. tomorrow. All right. So you can see everything that is on sellout with Facebook ads. We have introduction to the Facebook ads ecosystem. We have 5 steps you must take before running ads on Facebook on Instagram. We have the Facebook pixel setup, the iOS version, and everything in between. You also have the Facebook ads policy and how to avoid getting banned, because this is one very important aspect that a lot of people used to have issues with. How do you avoid getting your account banned all the time on Facebook? All right. So if you want to learn that, you should jump on my advanced Facebook ads course. Right. So there is also how to design landing pages with system.io and Thrive Architect as well. All right. Then in module 2, we have the audience research and targeting, where you're going to be learning how to create the perfect customer avatar. You're also going to be learning different types of Facebook ad targeting and how to create them. You're also going to be learning how to do interest-based targeting using ChatGPT. All right. And then so many other things. Like I said, it's actually a 4 module course. And I also have several other bonuses in addition to the course. You're going to be getting, access to a complete Fiverr course. So, for instance, that um, you want to start freelancing, or you want to start offering Facebook ads as a skill on, freelance platform like Fiverr. I'm going to be giving you access to a complete Fiverr course that you can actually use, to learn how to, start with Fiverr. All right. Then I'm going to be giving you access to a complete video editing course that can teach you how to learn video editing for free. And aside from that, I'm going to be giving you access to over 300 online courses that you can actually sell. You can actually resell these online courses and make money from it. All right. You're going to be having access to all that for free, in addition to the ChatGPT course I actually promised earlier. So you're going to be getting access to all of that for just 5,000 naira. All right. And aside from all that, you're also going to be getting access to my coaching group on WhatsApp, where we usually have, frequent coaching calls. So in case you have any questions, you can ask there, and then we can take you, to we can take you on like we usually have frequent coaching calls the way you can ask questions and, get answers and get all the support you actually need to become a Facebook ads expert, and also to get results from your ad as well. All right. So that is the offer. So if you're willing, if you're ready to join, if you're ready to jump on my advanced Facebook ads course, I'm going to be leaving more information about this offer in the group so that you can take advantage of it. It's for 5,000 naira between now and 12 p.m. tomorrow. All right. So after that, it gets back to 25,000 naira. All right. So at this point, I think we might just take questions. Okay, so let's take questions right now. If anybody has questions, please do drop them in the comment section, and let's take that right now before we call it a day for today's class. All right. I believe you've learned a whole lot, but then there is actually more to learn. There is actually a lot more to learn in the advanced Facebook ads course, and that would actually take you on your way to becoming an expert at running Facebook ads. So before it becomes 8 o'clock, this is actually 7:54. So I'm just going to be leaving between now and 7:57 for us to take questions and answers. So if you have any question, just go on to ask, and let's address that before we call this class a day. All right. So I'll be waiting for your questions. Onyekachi Patrick, Lakon Fields, and whoever else is here, please, if you do have any question, please ask so that we can address them before we call the class a day. All right. Okay, nobody is dropping any question. Nobody's saying anything. Okay, so you're saying your Facebook payment session does not show pay you payment option. Okay, what you're going to do is that because I'll need to see I'll need to see a graphical representation of what you're trying to see. So after this class, you may need to send me a screenshot of what you're seeing to my WhatsApp DM so that I can see it properly and be able to address that question. Is that okay? Lay confused. I'll need to see what you're trying to talk about. So you need to okay, it only shows card payment option. What do I do? Like I said, please, you can send me screenshots of what you're trying to see. Like just screenshot your page, all right? Screenshot the particular page you're having this issue and send it over to me on WhatsApp to my personal DM, right? So that address I can address the issue for you. Is that okay? Okay, cool. So please do send me a DM with a screenshot of what you're trying to talk about so that I can address the issue properly for you. All right, so guys, I think this is where we're going to be closing the curtain on this class today. So if you're going to be watching the replay, I believe that you've noted everything I've said. If you're interested in joining the advanced Facebook art course, I'm going to be dropping more information in the group so that you can take advantage of that that offer, which is actually going to be ending by 12 p.m. tomorrow. You know, and then you'll be able to get access to the advanced Facebook ads course so that you can learn more how to become a Facebook and Instagram ads expert. Whether you want to use it to run ads for your business or you want to use it to, you want to be running ads for your business or you want to be running ads for other people, you can actually, get all of, the knowledge you need from sellouts with Facebook ads, all right? So thank you also very much for joining and we will get to talk more in the group, all right? So if you have any other question also, you can leave them in the group and I'll be addressing that subsequently, all right? So from here, it's a bye for now. All right.